Coming up next on Good Morning El Paso, the manhunt is over this morning after the man accused of killing a woman is found dead overnight. The latest on the homicide investigation coming up.
Also, it's a big weekend for the UTEP Miners, a preview of the New Mexico Bowl happening this Saturday.
And it's a new dawn in relations between the U.S. and Cuba. A look at what it means for Americans wanting to travel to the island country.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Good Morning El Paso. I'm Hillary Florin.
And I'm Stephanie Valle. Good morning. It's Thursday morning. It is 6:01, and we do have your weather forecast, but first we do have some developing news.
That's right. Today, the hunt for the suspect in the city's latest homicide has come to an end.
As we first told you on ABC 7 at 10, a 26-year-old woman was shot and killed Wednesday evening at a duplex on the 10,700 block of Vista del Sol in East El Paso.
Police have now located a vehicle matching the description of the vehicle the suspect fled in on Trans Mountain with a man dead inside. Good morning, El Paso's Andrew J. Polk has the details live from the scene. Good morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Hillary and Stephanie. We're out here near the entrance to the Franklin Mountain State Park, just off of Trans Mountain Drive. And as you can see here behind me, police have largely cleared the scene now. The tape still up and police vehicles still out here, though the investigation is still going on. We saw the body being moved not too long ago, but we have been able to confirm that this is in fact the vehicle police were looking for in connection with that murder investigation overnight. Now, police were looking for a man suspected of being the shooter and then stealing the victim's car. A friend at 10,700 Vista del Sol told ABC7 overnight that the victim and suspect had recently broken up and that the victim's young son told a family member what happened after being dropped off at a relative's house by the suspect. Now, ABC7 is withholding the names of the victim and alleged shooter, but early this morning, police found this car with a man dead inside, with the vehicle having the exact same description and now confirming also the license plate that the police were looking for. So again, out here right now, we saw police loading the body into a vehicle and taking it out just a few minutes ago. And police, again, have largely cleared this scene, though this still remains blocked this morning. So you're not going to be able to get into the Franklin Mountain State Park from this entrance, though Trans Mountain still remains open this morning. So reporting live from the entrance to the Franklin Mountain State Park, Andrew J. Polk, ABC7.
All right, Andrew, thank you.
And now let's turn to weather. We smelled some rain out there this morning. That was a great way to start the day.
Yes, and it was a little chilly too, but Krystal, we're looking forward to today. Let's just say that.
Yes, today's forecast looks really nice. We've been talking about it all week long, those rain chances. Best shot Thursday, and today, the day, it's still looking that way. This morning, though, no rain quite yet. We are cool in some areas with our wind chill temperature. 33, what it feels like in Las Cruces and El Paso. What it feels like now is actually in some places the 40s this morning, but it feels cooler because of winds light around the region. 36 your wind chill temperature in Deming, 32 Ruidoso, and 28 Guadalupe Pass. On clouds and radars, we mentioned we've been seeing through the last 24 hours or so spotty storm activity on and off, especially over the Gila, Sacramento Mountains, and then yesterday in the afternoon we did see a bit over Doña and El Paso County. That chance of rain really taps in today with better and stronger moisture content as we move through the afternoon and evening. We'll talk more about those rain chances with your raincast. It's up in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Krystal. We are hearing from friends of the twin teenage sisters who were run over in a crosswalk in Las Cruces right by their school. Police say an 81-year-old man hit them with his truck Monday afternoon on Picacho near Melendrez Street. Classmates from Alma de Arte Charter School identify the girls as 16-year-old Alejandra and Annabelle Dorado. The group of teens say Alejandra is at home recovering and Annabelle is at UMC in El Paso. Classmates have set up a donation box to help the family pay for their medical expenses. One friend says their entire school wishes the girls a speedy recovery.
We went to visit Ale yesterday, and she's a little bruised up, and she is worried about her sister, but she's strong. She always has been, so we're very hopeful that they will come back.
Las Cruces police say the driver, who has not been identified, briefly stopped, walked back to see the girls, got back in his truck and drove away. No charges have been filed as the investigation continues.
A baby is recovering this morning after seriously injuring herself while falling out of a shopping cart. This happened yesterday evening just before 5 at the Goodwill on Montana near McRae. When our photographer arrived at the store, police were interviewing witnesses. Police say the mother was with her other children and the 9-month-old was the only one in the cart at the time she fell out. It's not clear if the baby was restrained. She was conscious and responsive when she was taken to University Medical Center. We'll let you know as soon as we get an update on that girl's condition. After terroristic threats were made to moviegoers, Sony Pictures canceled the December 25th release of the movie The Interview. The decision comes after thousands of movie theaters across the nation decided not to show the comedy about a plot to assassinate Kim Jong-un. Federal investigators are now saying North Korea is responsible for the worst corporate attack in history. As of now, it's undecided whether Sony will ever release The Interview in theaters or any other platforms.
And now to the latest on the relations between the U.S. and Cuba.
For the first time in more than half a century, the two countries are preparing to open embassies.
The move means Americans may soon visit Cuba and bring back imported goods. Here's ABC's Susan Salney.
This morning, shockwaves after a deal reached in secret changes the course of history. President Obama restoring full diplomatic relations with Cuba for the first time since the height of the Cold War.
We want to see greater freedom, greater prosperity, greater opportunity for ordinary Cubans.
The U.S. will open an embassy in Havana, and the restored relations could revitalize the flow of money and people between the two nations. Cuba's status as a state sponsor of terrorism will be reviewed, and inside the island nation, the U.S. intends to increase its advocacy for democratic reforms and human rights.
I think it's great. It's about time.
Getting back a lot of our Cuban heritage and going to see our family will be easier.
One obstacle to the restoration of relations with Cuba was its 5-year imprisonment of Alan Gross, a U.S. government contractor seen here in video provided exclusively to ABC News by Senator Jeff Flake, who was on board.
U.S. airspace. How's that?
With the new breakthrough, Gross and an unnamed American spy were freed.
I'm incredibly blessed finally to have the freedom to resume a positive and constructive life.
In exchange, the U.S. released 3 imprisoned Cuban spies. Some descendants of Cuban exiles, like Florida's junior senator, disapprove of this breakthrough.
These changes will only lead to greater wealth and influence for this oppressive regime, especially the military.
One of the first things to happen now will be an easing of travel bans, especially for education and government business. Susan Salney, ABC News, Washington.
And the president's move is being greeted with optimism here in the borderland. Helio Gonzalez and his wife own a Cuban food truck here in El Paso. They're both of Cuban descent and have family in Cuba. They say this is an important step for their country, which they believe can reestablish democracy. Gonzalez says Obama's decision is the right move, but it's still up to the Cuban government to follow through.
An important first step. I believe that there has to be important concessions from the Cuban government, such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, in order to make the best out of this deal. Without that, we're not going anywhere.
And yesterday, we reached out to our former New Mexico Mobile Newsroom reporter, Alex Pettis. He's a Cuban-American who is now a national correspondent for ABC News. Alex told us, quote, "I was watching President Obama's announcement with my mother, and she was literally in tears. This is a day she thought would never come." We are just 2 days away from the Gildan New Mexico Bowl, and we have some video from Albuquerque of the Miners checking into their hotel. UTEP is gearing up for its first bowl game since 2010 against Utah State. We will have more on this and the other big Miner game this weekend later during Good Morning El Paso.
And let's take a live look at traffic right now. In the meantime, it's 6:09. Things have been moving really nicely throughout the morning. This is I-10 and Yarborough. No tie-ups. We'll continue to keep an eye on things. That's I-10 and Lee Trevino. Have a safe drive.
After 25 years of entertaining us, how does The Simpsons continue to remain not only relevant but topical?
We seem to be really good at anticipating what's going to be happening.
Yeah, coming up, we'll take a look at some of the secrets behind the show as it celebrates its 25th anniversary. Hard to believe.
And Santa Claus made a stop at the home of the Chihuahuas to visit some kids. We'll tell you why after the break.
And we'll check in with Krystal. She's got a look at our rain chances up close and personal for today. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right. We're going to talk about hour by hour rain chances. We'll also talk about your Christmas Day forecast. It's all coming up.
Thanks, Krystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.